Hey, what's up, y'all? What's happening, man? Woo! What up, family ties? Hashtag 7th Wonder TV, man. We're live up in the mix. Roll up on him, Tony. You know what I'm saying? Talk to him, Tony. Oh, I want to do a guided meditation experience, and then from there, just kind of just hang out. Let me see. What do you guys see? That's cool. That's fine. I bet. Yeah, so I firstly want to do a guided meditation breathing exercise, and then from there I'm gonna just chill out, answer questions, hang out, make videos live, and call it a day. I'm trying to I'm trying to be live on my laptop for about 2 hours, so we'll see how it goes. All right, bet. Let's get to it.
AI creation platform.
Hi, it's Eve here. Welcome to this short guided exercise designed to give you a moment to yourself as you and your well-being matters. And it can be really hard to make time for ourselves. There are always so many competing priorities. And that is especially true if we're taking care of others, whether that's as a parent or caring for an elderly or sick family member. Or perhaps you just need to step back from work, or to take a break from your studies. It is all too easy to get lost in all the obligations that we have. So my intention with this exercise is to help cultivate some space that is just for you. Your self-care time is just as important as everyone else's. And if you are taking time to nurture yourself, it means that you can then show up for those around you in a more meaningful and compassionate way. Okay, let's take a moment to get settled, whether you're sitting down or lying down, knowing that this time is for you. So allowing your shoulders to soften, the hands to just rest in your lap or down by your sides. Closing the eyes if that feels right for you, or adopting a soft downward gaze. And taking a couple of nice, big, deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose, and then out through the mouth. And with each inhalation, that sense of breathing in space for yourself. And with each exhalation, that sense of letting go of whatever is not serving you. And allowing your breathing to return to its natural rate and rhythm in and out of the nose. Connecting in with the physical points of contact, the body pressing down into the seat, and perhaps offering the following kind phrase to yourself. And you can adapt it however you like.
How are you feeling today, Jan?
You deserve this time. You matter, and so does your well-being. It is as if you are talking to a friend, being kind and gentle. So just taking a moment with that now. So guiding your attention to rest with the breath, just tracking the sensation of breathing and knowing that the mind will wander off, perhaps get caught up in the long to-do list, responsibilities. It's okay, we can meet it with kindness, even saying, thank you, but not right now, and coming back to the breath. So noticing when the mind wanders, thank you, but not right now, and gently coming back to the breath. So coming back to the physical points of contact, the body in the seat, that sense of being held and supported. Perhaps noticing sounds around you, opening the eyes if you had them closed, and noticing how it feels to have given yourself 5 minutes. 5 minutes just for you, to pause and to nurture the mind and body. And I invite you to take with you your kind phrase, perhaps putting it on a post-it note or somewhere you can see it, to remind yourself that your well-being matters. Time for you is really important. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you back here soon.
Wow. Honestly, like the biggest key takeaway that I could get from that entire experience is to more or less just give myself space to feel. Right? I to just give myself a space to feel. That was a cool exercise that anyone could just YouTube in 5 minutes, and that's the beauty of public education in 2025. It's really creative, straight to the point. No need for filler. So what am I here doing on this live stream? I'm just kicking it right now, but I'm gonna start recording in a little bit. Until then, I'm gonna just prepare my senses for the concepts that be, you know. And that is just the beauty of this. Yeah, that's what it is. So giving myself the time to feel is vital. I don't do that. I've been in more or less survival mode for a while now. So to pull myself out of that rut, thank you, God. I want to stop praying. I want to stop asking for things in my prayer. And I want to start being grateful for things in my prayer, acknowledging things in my prayer instead of wanting. Using prayer. I mean, of course, prayer is prayer. But what if I could just simply reshape it and form a prayer that feels good? It's a cheer. It's a prayer, man. It's gonna praise me up, dog. You feel me? I'm gonna pull a random page from this Gideon New Testament Poems and Proverbs little book. Right? Page 239, Acts 13 from the Bible, New Testament. I'm gonna just read from more or less the whole page. After the reading from the law and the prophets, the rulers of the synagogue sent a message to them, saying, "Brothers, if you have any words of encouragement for the people, say it." So Paul stood up and mentioned with his hand, said, "Men of Israel," seeking ship, by the way. "Men of Israel, you do fear God. Listen, the God of this people, Israel, chose our fathers and what's up, man? Fucking it. The God of this people, Israel, chose our fathers and made the people great during their stay in the land of Egypt. And with uplifted arm, he led them out of it. So the people of Israel were made in another part of the planet, and then they were brought to Israel after being made elsewhere. Food for thought, man. Blessings, you know. And for about 40 years, he put up with them in the wilderness. And after destroying several nations in the land of Canaan, he gave them their land as an inheritance. As an inheritance. Beautiful. Then they asked for a king, and God gave them Saul, the son of Kish, a man of the tribe of Benjamin for 40 years. And when he had removed him, he raised up David to be their king, of whom he testified and said, "I have found David, the son of Jesse, a man after my heart, who will do all my will." Beautiful. So this is more or less the Bible is a collection of stories, and we just randomly dove into random thing. I'm gonna fill out some thoughts down on this notepad before we begin this live demonstration. I like to use black to fill out things, more or less, to just fill things to the point where like it's much easier to fill out that kind of space versus white. White, I like it to just be empty, if that makes sense. So I like to have my finished final products here. That's the goal. And then have all of my ideas on this back on this these kinds of booklets that are black. To just really get it familiar in my head whenever I'm writing down ideas that I'm working on, and that's what it is. Just like an idea that I'm working on, not something that I am believing in. And that's the difference, because we're constantly peddling X, Y, and Z. We're constantly doing ourselves dirty or not, depending on how we think and how we formulate our thoughts and our patterns and whatnot. So with that being said, I just want to simply form all of my ideas into this kind of book, and then all the finished products I could then share will be added to this one. Pretty cool, huh? It's not that deep though. At the end of the day, it's all paper. So be careful what you write. All right. So essentially, what I want to establish is more or less I want to really upload this first topic. So it's going to be roughly a 7-minute video. We'll do 5 of them. Approximately 35 minutes of content. 35. Whew. Oh my God. And that's pretty cool. That could be broken down into 5 days a week. How do we want to go about that? Maybe we could just upload it, and then eventually we could break it down and repurpose it and reformat it into a way that is suitable. All right, bet. Okay, sorry. So I'm gonna prepare to go live or to screen record in just a second. All right. In about 50 seconds, I'm gonna prepare that video. So let's just set it up right.
growing mushrooms out of a stuffed Donald Duck.
That's right. This is kind of a disaster. The mycelium is pretty old. The grain is old. It's a mess. There's mycelium everywhere. I'm going to be using some kind of sharp tool. Isopropyl alcohol, 71%. Colonized spawn grain. I'm going to weigh it out right now. Cocoa core and a torch to flame sterilize the utensil. And then here's our object, our test maker. So he weighs basically 68 grams. And lastly, the HEPA filter that's running in the background. All right, and then we're
Hey, what's
kind
up,
of a
family?
disaster.
What
The
it do, baby?
mycelium is pretty old.
TV,
The
all up
grain
in
is
the mix,
old.
man. What up? It's
Mycelium everywhere.
what's pretty cool is, man, I'm literally recording content live while I'm on YouTube. So come check us out anytime. Ask us questions. Hop in, say what's up. God bless you all for taking the time. Honestly, how could you support my content, my work? Essentially, is what I like to refer to it as, because it's a sacrifice to me. I'm not doing this shit to blow up and for clouds. That's ridiculous. Come on now. Amen. To each their own, you know? But anyways, yeah, so today's video is an intro to this week's content, right? So this week's content is centered around what it means to be a medicine man. You know, more or less, that's to be a dead man walking. What the fuck does that mean? Well, look, we're put as medicine men. Our practice is to essentially administer medicine, right? Well, that's what the name implies. If that's what you follow, that's not a shaman. The shaman's shaman is a shaman is a specialty within a specialty. All right, I'm trying to build up my profession within my rack of certifications, more or less within the mycology industry, and that's the beauty of it, bro. That's the beauty of it. So we're gonna just get right to it. So the intro to this week's concept is this video. God bless the dead. You know, God bless the dead before they off their heads. So, with that being said, to be a dead man walking is to be a medicine man. To be a medicine man is to be a dead man walking. To be a medicine man is to be a practitioner, right? To be a medicine man is to not only be a practitioner, but to be also a researcher. To be a medicine man is to be forced to tangle and think about this conflicting concept. You're gonna be put into a position where you're choosing between either profit or generosity. Mind you, it costs to help out someone. My one of my mentors, one of my bosses, someone who I worked for months at like a farmers market kind of spot, kind of vibe, kind of atmosphere. I learned a lot by him. He taught me this and really stuck with me. No good deed goes unpunished. No, I mean that for real. Like seriously. Um, you know, so yeah, so is it a good deed or are you trying to make profit? And look, it's okay. It's America. You know, this is what it is. There's no bullshit. No need to sugarcoat it. You know, look, I'm trying to make a living doing something that is genuine. I'm here to say that. That's why it's what it is. At the same time, though, yes, I am I am so genuine when it comes to this because look, this is how I also see it. It's very conflicting, right? If you know that someone desperately potentially needs this as medicine for them, right? Okay, they need it, right? Who the fuck am I to charge them for it? Who the fuck am I to do this for it? Who the fuck am I to look at a starving person and be like, all right, bro, that meal is $20. Mind you, also, $20 in California is a medium fucking standard, bro, of minimum wage, ideally. $20 an hour, right? So that being said, you want to be economical. Unless it's a luxury product. Potato, potato. Okay, so look though, what am I doing with Seventh Wonder TV? Well, this is a new concept that I'm launching as a result of getting targeted for by whoever, whatever the means is. My Instagram got banned temporarily, so this is what it is, man. We're gonna just do this. I'm essentially creating my own platform through and through. It's going to be a broadcasting system that is essentially just a compiled viewing of all of my content all the time, 24/7. It's gonna be live every single day. That's the goal. So until then, though, enjoy, catch us. I appreciate the time. You know, I have about 3 more minutes left on this concept for the first video. I'm gonna be uploading about 6 to 7 videos in regards to this concept. The first video is this intro. I'm gonna upload a second one today, and the final video at the end of the week is gonna be a recap plus all the content into one, and then that's gonna get repackaged as its own video. Why? When I have my broadcasting system, that's something to be thrown into the mix. That's the beauty of it. So, to be a medicine man, it's so conflicting because I was put in a position where I was, damn, do I really want to prevent this guy from not getting his medicine potentially because he can't afford it right now? But I know this could change his life, and when it changes his life, he could pay it forward. I haven't paid me, but pay it forward. God bless the next person. You feel me? And that's what it is, man. That's what it is. I'm put in this position where I was healed from magic. I was healed from mushrooms, and now I'm in a position to where I have to deem who is worthy and who's not of receiving that same healing. Bullshit. And that's what I mean. To be a medicine man is to be a dead man walking. It's to be a practitioner first, a researcher second, and a capitalist third. Because at a certain point in time, there's going to be a very conflicting points of views. Do you either act out of generosity or out of capitalization? Profit over helping, health, whatever it is. Health is wealth, right? That's the dilemma. And these pharmaceutical companies have a lot of hate and animosity being built and animosity being built up towards them because they're for profit first. But guess what? They profit off of keeping you sick versus other people that are trying to profit off of keeping you healthy. That's the fucking difference. That's the fucking difference. And so yeah, this whole week I'm gonna just structure content around this, around what it means to be a oh my god, I am so in the gutter. I gotta go work out, man. Burn some energy. I'm just so stressed out. Whew. Yeah, so that's the whole point of this week's theme. What does it mean to be a medicine man? Hey, what's up, brother? Hey, what you doing, brother? Oh man, let me end this real quick.
Don't trip, man. I know what you guys handle.
I got Oh yeah, someone just put up. I'll be right back. Until then, just tune in to this concept. Bro, this whole time it's been offline. That's terrible, bro. All right, I'm gonna just end it. Fuck it. I'm gonna take it as a sign. God bless y'all. Thank you so much for the love, and all that. Thank you.